Now, why is Cody running around telling Sasha business? But hey, y'all, welcome back to another review live at Chester for General Hospital, January 31st, 2025. Okay, y'all, so first things first, let me know your thoughts on this episode down below. Look, who we gonna start with? I want to start with Cody over here telling this good business. You ain't even telling it right. You don't even know. Look, why didn't Neil stick around to hear the whole thing? They just run off. He don't sit up here and told Maxie. Lulu was there, so he told her too. Now he done told Anna. But okay, yeah, I think we're gonna start with Diane, Christina, Sonny. Might as well add Rick and Ava in there too. So basically, I think Diane was saying she's so sorry to hear about Sam, and that's when Sonny showed up. Look, Rick noticed that something was off with Sonny. But yeah, Sonny ends up telling Diane and Christina that he going to LA, and they was talking about everything. What did she ask? She asked him something, but then they was interrupted by Ava and Rick. They ain't no talking about the doggone Ava wants sole custody, and Sonny would get to have visitation or whatever, and they bring up the fact that Michael is in the hospital and he got all these burns because what was meant for Sonny happened to him. I said I knew they would eventually bring that up, and Diane was saying, they do have a stronger case than they do, and I said the same thing, but they did say, Avery wasn't even there; she was over at Carly, and Rick and Ava still planning on using what happened with Christina and Ava against Christina. Talking about I had to bring up the fact that you attacked Ava and all that stuff that resulted in the death of your baby. And I said they just don't be caring, do they? But yeah, Christina was saying how she don't care. She willing to testify or whatever, and she'll rather see Sonny with Avery than Ava have or whatever. And Sonny was still having heart pain, but nobody really noticed. Rick did notice that something was off with Sonny, but then he said something about it kind of seemed like Sonny doesn't really want to go through with the custody battle or something like that. I said, that's definitely not it. That's definitely not it, sir. They was talking about something else before they went to visit Diane and Sonny. Now, what was they talking about? I think Ava assumed that Rick was working for free or whatever. Then he said, no, he not or whatever. Then they talk about the kids, and they was talking about how they going to wait to see if anything is between them after the custody battle. Kai and Trina. She ends up stopping by to visit him or whatever, and then she ends up trying to help him with that. What's it called? The brace? Is it called the brace? But she helped him with that, and then she ended up talking about, him continuing to go to college and all this stuff and making suggestions. And he was like, I appreciate the fact that you're trying to help, but I can't deal with this right now. And he not in the mood for visitors or whatever. But she ends up calling somebody to the hospital, but they ain't showed it yet. Do y'all think she called Curtis or Stella? Jordan and Drew. Why did I write down Portia's name instead of Jordan's when I said that? I said Portia upset Drew stalling the project. No, not her. But Jordan was upset because Drew stalling the project or whatever. He ends up bringing up Curtis. So she ends up calling Curtis. Might as well finish with them too. So I'm going to group them together. Hold on. She ends up calling Curtis to tell him to come to the gym. He ends up showing up, and that's when he seen Drew there. So they started going back and forth or whatever. They was talking about their friendship, and I said, oh my goodness. But he ends up saying something. He want Curtis to do what he want him to do, and then he'll stop stalling the project or whatever. And I said, at what point is Drew gonna realize that he is partially at fault? And what did he tell Curtis? He said something about he the common denominator because people keep lying to him. I said, ooh. But yeah, they kept going back and forth or whatever. Then Drew suggested they get in the ring and fight or whatever. And I said, don't do it. I said, ain't he trained to fight? I said, don't get in the ring with him. Now, I don't know if Curtis, I can't remember if Curtis be doing that stuff or not. But I said, ain't he trained to fight? I don't know if it's the same thing or whatever. But I said, don't do it. It's a trap. But yeah, Jordan ends up getting in between them and stopping it. I forgot what Curtis and Portia was talking about. I think he said something about he's starting something with Aurora. What's it, a spa, wellness, something about the beach. I don't know what they said. I said for me, I'm ready to see some action or something. I know every episode is not going to be action-packed or nothing like that. But at the same time, it's like, come on, man. But yeah, I guess we're going to add in Portia and Brad, too. He's still over here blackmailing this stuff. Talking about some, I was wondering if I could get an extra vacation day. He out here making plans and stuff so that he could be with Lucas. And I said, what make you think Lucas wants you? Now, that whole scene when you was comforting him and stuff, it would make me believe that eventually y'all going to find y'all way back to each other. But at the same time, it's like you're making all these plans. What if he said, oh, I changed my mind. I'm not going to, is it Miami? I'm not going to Miami or whatever. Then what? But Portia ends up telling him if he keeps on making these requests, somebody gonna eventually catch on. I said, right. Bring Heather back, though. I'm ready for her to come back because she told Ace she was coming back. I'm ready to see the action. Somebody got to come back and do something. Everybody leaving the doggone show and stuff. Who we got next? Lulu and Laura, they were just talking about her feelings for Dante or whatever. She said, I think Laura was asking her if she's still in love with him. Basically, yes. We already knew that, though. How do y'all feel about that? Do y'all want them back together or what? Let me know down below. But yeah, that's what they was talking about. They started talking about Sam, about how she feels like Dante blames her. And Laura was saying, no, you won't know until you talk to him. I said, now it's not the time to talk to him about nothing. He just literally just got done saying to, was it Brooklyn? It was somebody else he was talking to. Was it yesterday episode? But yeah, he was just saying how, he's reminded of what happened with Sam, and he's blaming himself because Sam's gone, because he wanted Lulu help and all this other stuff. But it looked like they're going to be talking on Monday's episode or whatever, but we'll see. I was like, now is not the time for this. It definitely isn't the time for this. But Lulu ends up showing up at the end of the episode, and Brooklyn was confident in Dante because of everything that happened with Sam, the fact that he's blaming himself or whatever because, he wanted to help Lulu, and they was hugging, and Lulu walked in, and I said, oh my goodness, these folks ain't gonna never get along. But yeah, it looked like they're talking on Monday's episode, Dante and Anna. So he stopped by and he wanted to know why they trying to keep him from working on the case. He ended up saying he want the case filed. Anna telling him no because one, you too close to the case. You need to take some time off or whatever. Then two, I don't know what you're going to do. You might try to take this person out, especially when you find out who it is. He was like, so you know who it is or whatever. She was like, no, we just have, a suspect. What they call it? Suspect of interest or something like that or whatever. He was mad. She was like, and when you get back, I want you to talk to the therapist. They showed a preview for next week's episode, and they showed Laura talking to Lucky saying she has to tell him something. And I was like, he already know about Sam, but I was like, oh, she has to tell him about, what's his name? About Sewell, because I don't think he still know about this man up in town or whatever. But yeah, we already talked about Dante, and I think the last people is Brooklyn, Cody, and I scratched it out, and Cody. So, it was revealed on today's episode that Cody already knew that Brooklyn was pregnant with Dante's child. She was questioning him about whether or not he told Dante. He was like, no, or whatever. You told me not to, so I didn't. And I said, so you keep a secret? You can keep that secret, but you run around town telling this lady business. You didn't even talk to her. If you had to talk to her, you would have known. You over here trying to tell her daddy and mama and stuff. Didn't nobody tell you to do that. It's not your place. Now I understand he's worried about her and all that other stuff. But at the same time, it's like, Cody, you spiraling, sir. You spiraling. You telling business that you ain't even your business to tell. Ain't even her business. You got it all wrong. If you had to stay a little while longer, then you would have heard the whole thing. But I said it's only a matter of time for people to start placing things together now. But yeah, I think that's all that happened with Brooklyn and Cody. That's when Dante ends up showing up asking if Cody was around. Anna and Cody, he walked in because he wanted to reach out. I think he was looking for Max so that he could talk to Robert or something like that. So you just gonna tell everybody, ain't you? I just realized that. But yeah, I think he was looking for Mac, and she said he was busy doing something or something like that. So she was like, you could tell me or whatever. Me and Robert, we real close or whatever. So he ends up saying that Sasha's pregnant, and basically it's all Jason's fault. No, that ain't what he said. He said Sasha's in trouble and it's Jason's fault or whatever. She's like, what are you talking about? Sasha's pregnant and it's Jason's and all this stuff. The look on Anna's face. She said, that's my man. She said, that's my man. But yeah, I said, you don't even know what you're talking about. You over here telling folks business and stuff. But yeah, that's it. Let me know your thoughts on this episode down below. Stay tuned for the next video. Until next time, deuces. Have a great rest of the day, a great weekend, and be safe.